PRVT.
É hora de descer e jamais se entregar. Levante, vai a luta, nada pode nos parar. Somos PRVT, passo a passo nas conquistas. Treinando lutadores pra escola da vida. Treinando lutadores pra escola da vida. Disciplina, junto à força divina. Caça feita na rocha, ventos não derrubará nem a força.
And now we see Bruno Fagundes making his way to the cage alongside former UFC champion Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, how cool is that to have Jessica Andrade in your corner? Like, that is so crazy.
And again, the championship advice has to be impactful as he's, competing tonight. But again, we will see if the size advantage of Jacob is going to, pose some problems for Bruno this evening.
Yeah, and he says he wants to stand and bang too, so we will see if both guys just stand and bang for us for this fight, or who shoots first.
And one of the benefits that Bruno has is, this is his full-time job. Even as an amateur, he lives with Jessica Andrade. He trains 24/7.
Yeah.
He's with her in the gym every single day.
Yeah, he is her main training partner.
And your second bout of the evening is brought to you by Mike's Heat Big Mike's Heat and Air. If you want your heat and air to work at peak performance, be sure to call Big Mike. This fight is scheduled for 3 rounds. It is in the featherweight division. And fighting out of the blue corner, this gentleman is making his peak fighting debut with a 0-win, 0-loss record. Standing 6 foot inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Dallas, Texas, Jacob Jowdy. And this warrior standing across the cage, also making his debut fight here on Peak Fighting. Standing 5 foot 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Brazil, Bruno Fagundes. And your referee for this bout will be Joseph Sullivan.
So now I can see the size difference here we have from Bruno and Jacob.
And it seems like Jacob has to cut a lot of weight in order to get down to 145.
Yeah, he's pretty ripped. He's 6 foot tall.
Bruno very light on his feet, lands a nice outside low kick.
Bruno with the feints. But Jacob has some nice kicks that he's landed as Bruno comes back with one.
Both fighters wasting no time.
Oh, I thought Bruno was going to take him down.
Bruno did a really good job dunking under that punch.
Nice 3-2 down the pipe from Bruno. And Jacob comes back right away.
The one thing that I'm seeing is Bruno is just backing his head up, though, and getting hit every single time. He's not making he's not really delivering any nice head movement side to side.
Yeah, and his chin's kind of up high. Jacob with the...
And catches that kick and puts him down.
Couldn't keep him down, though.
You got to think the size advantage might have a little bit to do with that.
Yeah, especially with the wrestling.
Trouble here. And Bruno trying to do everything he can to survive.
Bruno's trying to recover his guard and just kind of cover up and wait it out till he can get his wits back.
And Jacob knows he's hurt and wants no part of the ground game, wants him up on his feet.
Wow. trying to drag Jacob back to the ground.
But Jacob doing a nice job fighting for that underhook. But ends up getting taken down, and Bruno lands right in full mount in a beautiful position.
What great composure to come back after he almost got finished, and now he's mounted on Jacob.
And I'm still not sure that Bruno has fully recovered from that shot.
No, there's no way. Very good mount.
But heavy top pressure right into a triangle.
Wow.
Can he get the finish with 10 seconds left?
So slick by Bruno. I don't know if he's going to get the finish, though.
Jacob Jowdy saved by the bell.
He survives. That was tight. You can see in Jacob's face.
And you gotta wonder how hurt Bruno was, and if him trying to get that finish in that first round, is that going to gas him out? Because he was squeezing with everything he had.
Yeah, that can especially gas your legs out and be kind of hard to move after that kind of triangle choke he had on Jacob.
And if you're Jessica Andrade and you've got your pupil, you know, Bruno, what are you telling him about his striking for the adjustments that he needs to make?
Man, Jacob's just so much bigger and connects with such force. Like, I would want him to go back to that wrestling, maybe.
And if you're McSweeney, you got to be saying, listen,
keep it on the feet.
Keep it on the feet. Avoid the takedown. He doesn't want to stand with you. Let's just stick to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Second round here. And we will see what changes, if any, Bruno has been able to make in this fight. And just missed with an absolutely haymaker.
Yeah, seems like Jacob kind of slipped. Bruno keeps...
Jacob's got to be careful, though, because he is swinging with his chin wide up in the air.
But also, Bruno keeps throwing these low kicks with nothing in front of it, and I think he's getting caught with those overhands and keeping his hands down.
And again, he just got caught.
He's got to throw something in front of those little leg kicks he's doing. And he gets clipped by Joe.
And a spinning back fist. And Jacob is just relentless with those shots. But Bruno's wrestling is keeping him in this fight with some nice, dirty boxing up against the cage.
Yeah, I think Bruno should keep it here. Jacob has so much power on the feet.
But talk about the chin that Bruno Fagundes has. He has eaten some heavy shots. And a nice inside trip.
And you can see that Bruno has the advantage here on the ground, where he's just heavy with that pressure. Even though he is the smaller guy, he knows how to use his weight and keep that pressure in.
And does have some time to kind of recover from, you know, the scores early on in this round.
Right.
Nice shot. And if you're Jacob Jowdy, what do you need to do here to get out of this position and get this fight back to the feet?
He's got to get his inside frames, and he's got to start scooting his hips out.
But talk about the pressure from Bruno Fagundes, right back into mount again. I mean, his transitions on the floor are absolutely beautiful.
You can tell he's very well trained.
And his coach is going absolutely crazy as Bruno has Jacob up against the cage.
With 30 seconds
With 30 seconds to go.
Seems like Bruno's just going to keep punching, land some damage. We'll see if he tries to go for a submission in the last few seconds. He might be setting up a triangle here. Again, yep.
Into an armbar.
Oh, and Jacob's out. His arm's out.
Texarkana.
So back and forth. I mean, both guys were almost out of there in the last 2 rounds twice.
You know, and if Bruno had more time on the clock, if he would have gotten that takedown earlier in the round, you got to imagine that Jacob would have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the judges right now. I mean, how do you score that?
I mean, what a back and forth fight.
And I mean, Jacob has the clear advantage on the feet, and Bruno has the clear advantage on the ground, and they both must be making these adjustments and seeing that in their corners, and they're going to be going all out this 3rd round.
And Mick Sweeney is not happy with his pupil. He was very direct with his instructions of what he needs to do to avoid those positions. Third round here in our second bout of the evening.
Bruno's taking the center of the cage. Nice switch stances by Jacob. He's looking to switch and then land that big right overhand. Bruno has got to get his hands up here when he's kicking.
And Jacob lands a nice shot again. And it looks like there was a low kick there.
Yeah. Give him a few minutes to recuperate there.
Obviously unintentional. Happened during a wild exchange of punches and kicks. But the ref will give him the necessary time he needs to recover. At this time, we'll give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Boost Finance. And, you know, I got to say, I'm kind of surprised that Bruno hasn't looked to take the fight to the ground earlier in this round.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he must be scared when he's coming in to get clipped again, but, I mean, he needs this round. He needs to get him to the ground. Well, it'll give us a next exciting 2 minutes since both guys got their breath under them and they're not too exhausted.
Take a look at the replay here. Yep, looked like it just grazed the cup there. Right at the bottom. And we will resume action here. 2 minutes to go in this third and final round. And Jacob is loading up with that overhand.
Yeah, and it seems like Bruno's trying to get it out of the way by leaning back, which sometimes does not go well with a heavy puncher.
Well, you put your chin right up in the air, but Bruno is looking to clinch and get this fight to the ground.
Looks like he has a body lock, and he's looking to sweep him backwards again, and he got it.
Right into side control. And this is a great position for him with 1 minute and 30 left in this final round.
Yep.
But can he land some damage or look to get to a dominant position and potentially finish this fight with a submission? We will see.
Yeah, he'll have to start landing some short punches here. Start going knee on belly, possibly.
And, you know, with Bruno ending essentially all 3 rounds potentially
in a dominant position,
that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, that he's winning this fight, but Jacob cannot be content to stay here on his back. He's got to look to get to his feet and get back up.
I think whoever wins this round is going to win the fight, so if Bruno stays here, he's going to win the round. Very good control by Bruno. Just to glide and stay on top and side control.
And again, Jacob has to start looking to get his hooks in.
Yeah,
use those frames to bump and roll. But Bruno takes his back with 22 seconds left. Looks like he's looking for an armbar.
Yep. Oh, and he slips out.
And ends up on top.
With 10 seconds to go.
5 seconds left in this fight.
Oh.
And it appears our time might actually be off.
Yeah.
What a fight. And I mean, I gotta say, if I'm the judges, I don't know how to score that fight.
I know. It is very close.
There were some really good dominant positions that Bruno Fagundes was in. But man, what an absolute war that was.
Yeah, and Jacob had dropped Bruno a few times, so I'm very curious to see how the judges are going to score this fight right here. Both guys are very talented, and they have a long career to go.
Scorecards. And we went the full distance by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Bruno Fagundes.